Everyone in the NASCAR world had basically written Alex Bowman off. His season was over before it even started. But what just happened at Talladega has flipped everything upside down, and the drivers sitting comfortably in the top 16 might want to pay very close attention. For 16 straight races, Alex Bowman couldn't buy a top 5 finish. 16. That's almost half a year of bad luck, crashes, sickness, and silence from the number 48 team. But on Sunday afternoon at Talladega Superspeedway, all of that changed in one wild final lap, and the rest of the field should be paying close attention. Let's back up for a second, because to understand why this finish matters so much, you need to know how rough things have been for Bowman. The 2026 season started, and pretty much everything went wrong. At Daytona, he qualified 6th, looked strong, and then got swept up in a 20-car wreck on lap 124. Done. Finished 40th. The next week at Atlanta, he fought back from a deep starting spot, climbed all the way up to 15th by the end of Stage 2, but handling problems and small mistakes pushed him back to 23rd, one lap down. Then came COTA, and that's where things got really scary. Bowman started 16th, ran as high as 7th, and then something hit him that he couldn't fight through. Vertigo. By lap 71, he had to climb out of the car. Myatt Snider jumped in to finish the final 20 laps. After just 3 races, Bowman was dead last in points among full-time drivers. And then it got worse. The vertigo didn't go away. He missed Phoenix. He missed Las Vegas. He missed Darlington. He missed 4 full races in total. Anthony Alfredo subbed in. Justin Allgaier subbed in. The number 48 was passed around while Bowman tried to get healthy. Now think about what that does to a driver in the new 2026 point system. NASCAR brought back the old-school chase format this year. The win-and-you're-in rule is gone. Completely gone. You can't just win one race and punch your ticket to the playoffs anymore. You have to be inside the top 16 inches points after 26 races. That's it. Every lap matters. Every stage point matters. There's no shortcut. So heading into Talladega, Bowman had just 42 total points across 5 starts. He was sitting 36th, the very last full-time driver in the standings. He needed something, anything. A spark, a breakthrough, just one good day to remind everyone what he can do. And then Sunday happened. The Jack Links 500 at Talladega was pure chaos from the start. Ryan Preece won Stage 1. Then on lap 115, the big one hit. Ross Chastain gave Bubba Wallace a push that went sideways, and 26 of the 40 cars in the field got caught up in the wreck. 10-minute red flag. Half the field damaged or done. Bowman somehow stayed clean. He picked up 3 stage points in Stage 2. Good pit stops by his crew put him in the second row when Stage 3 started. And then, with 7 laps to go, the final restart set up a 3-lap shootout. Bowman locked himself onto the back bumper of Carson Hocevar, a young driver from Spire Motorsports who had never won a cup race before. Bowman pushed, and pushed, and pushed. On the final lap, coming through turn 4, Bowman gave Hocevar one more shove that sent the number 77 clear of the field for his first career cup win. Bowman crossed the line third. Third place. His first top 5 finish since last August at Richmond, 16 starts ago. After the race, Bowman didn't try to hide how he was feeling. He told Fox Sports, "To be blunt, it just feels good to get out here without crashing. That's not the kind of thing you usually hear from a driver who just finished on the podium, but for Bowman, just finishing the race in one piece was the win." He added, "It was nice to get a solid finish. It's been hard just to finish races this year." He also explained why he stuck with Hocevar instead of trying to make a move for the lead himself. He said, "I don't think there was ever an opportunity to move up, which I don't know that I would have moved up, because these races are, statistically, won from the bottom at the end. It's hard to say if I could have done anything different. I feel like we executed everything we needed for that last run. If we would have won, it probably would have to fall into our lap a little bit." Smart racing. He knew his best shot was to push Hocevar far enough ahead that the leader had to defend the top line, and that's exactly what happened. Now here's the part where things get really interesting for the rest of the field. Bowman picked up 37 points at Talladega in just one race. That's almost the same as his entire season total before Sunday. He nearly doubled his points in one afternoon, and the number 48 team jumped 3 spots in the owner standings, all the way up to 32nd. But here's the catch. Even with that huge day, Bowman is still 36th in driver points. He's 404 points behind series leader Tyler Reddick, who is absolutely steamrolling everyone with 484 points and 5 wins. And more importantly, Bowman is 146 points behind Austin Cindric, who currently holds the 16th and final chase spot. So what does Bowman actually need to do? With 16 races left in the regular season, the math is brutal. Over the past few seasons, the 16th place cutoff has landed around 577 points. That works out to about 22 points per race for a driver who runs the full schedule. But Bowman doesn't have that luxury. He needs to average closer to 29 points every single race from here on out. That's basically a top 10 finish every weekend, with stage points, no mistakes, no wrecks, no off days. It's a tough hill to climb, but it's not impossible. And here's why the competition should be worried. In 2026, NASCAR added 15 extra points for winning a race compared to last year. So if Bowman can win even 1 or 2 races, he can take a serious bite out of that 146-point gap. Hendrick Motorsports is also expected to file for a chase waiver because of the vertigo, which would keep him eligible for the playoffs even though he missed those 4 races. Look at the bubble drivers right now. Cindric is at 226 points, sitting just 4 points above the cut line. Chase Briscoe is in 17th, 4 points below it. Ross Chastain is 18th. Shane Van Gisbergen is 19th. These guys are not safe. One bad race for any of them and the door cracks open. If Bowman can string together strong runs like Talladega, he can absolutely catch them. And this is the guy who is an 8-time Cup winner. He's not some rookie hoping for a miracle. He knows how to win. Bowman also opened up about how hard the last couple months have been. He said, "I would say the mental side of these last 2 months has been tough, just with how the season started, how last year ended, and then kind of getting kicked while you're down. So, yeah, it feels good to have a solid run." He also admitted he was nervous about the speedway. "The bigger relief for me is not to crash at a place like this. I don't have many big hits left in me and I'm tired of crashing." That's a 33-year-old veteran being completely honest about what these crashes do to a driver, both physically and mentally. His teammate Chase Elliott finished 4th, giving Hendrick 2 cars in the top 5. Bowman led the way for HMS for the first time all year. He said, "Happy for the team. They've had an incredibly rough go at it from a lot of angles for the entire season." Now the Cup Series heads to Texas Motor Speedway, and this is where things get tricky. Bowman has only 2 top 5 finishes in 16 starts at Texas. Even worse, he's finished 29th or worse, including 3 DNFs in 4 of his last 5 trips to the 1.5-mile oval. So the momentum from Talladega is going to be tested right away. But for the first time in 2026, Alex Bowman is showing up to the track with a reason to believe. The number 48 has speed. The crew is executing. The driver is healthy enough to push through a full race at almost 200 miles per hour.